Y'all, you probably think Bo Bichette is gone after that monster season, but hold your horses, Blue Jays Nation. Can you believe this bombshell? Top Insider just predicted our shortstop legend is turning down a bigger Tigers offer to stay in the 6IX. We're talking about a contract decision that could redefine Toronto baseball for the next decade. I'm your diehard Jays fan who's been bleeding blue and white since the championship days, and today we reveal the move that has the whole AL East shaking. Stick around, because what I'm about to break down will flip everything you thought you knew about this offseason. If you're a true fan of the Blue Jays, you won't want to miss a second of today's updates. Smash that like, drop a comment, and subscribe for all the insider news that matters. Let me paint you the picture of where we stand right now. The Blue Jays just wrapped up a World Series run that had Rogers Center rocking like we haven't seen since '93. Bo Bichette slashed 311, 357, 483 with 18 bombs in his contract year, completely erasing that disastrous 2024 campaign that had us all questioning if he was done. But here's the kicker, that performance put him on every contender's radar, especially the Detroit Tigers, who've been hunting for infield talent since missing out on Alex Bregman last winter. Our boy Bo is now a two-time All-Star, who's led the American League in hits twice. The man proved 2024 was just a nightmare we all want to forget. This season, pure magic. He turned doubles into triples, clutch hits in October, and reminded everyone why we call him the heart of this lineup. Meanwhile, the Tigers are sitting there with Gleyber Torres potentially walking and a massive hole at short that screams Bo's name. But wait, there's a twist coming that changes everything about this whole saga. The Tigers aren't just window shopping, they're ready to back up the truck with serious money. We're talking about a franchise that swung big for Bregman and came up empty, so they know they need to overpay to land their target. Detroit's got the payroll flexibility and the desperation of a team that tasted the playoffs and wants more. They're looking at Bo like he's the missing piece to their championship puzzle. However, here's where it gets interesting for us Jays fans. Fan-sided Zachary Rotman just dropped a prediction that has me buzzing with excitement. He's calling it Bo Bichette is going to pull an Alex Bregman move and turn down the bigger Detroit offer to stay exactly where his heart belongs. Right here in Toronto, playing alongside Vladimir Guerrero Jr., chasing that championship dream we've all been craving. Remember what happened with Bregman last winter? Tigers threw everything at him, but he chose the Red Sox because that's where he wanted to build his legacy. Now we're seeing the same script play out, except this time the loyalty stays in our favor. Bo's already gone on record saying he wants to stay with the Jays and keep that chemistry with Vlad Jr. alive. That's not just agent talk, that's a man who understands what it means to be part of something special. Before we continue, smash that like if you bleed blue and white and want to see Bo back in a Jays uniform. And here's the kicker that's got me convinced this is really happening. The defensive concerns that have scouts whispering about position changes, that's just noise. Bo's bat is what's setting his price tag, and his 2025 campaign proved he's still got that elite contact ability that made him a household name. 18 homers might not sound astronomical, but when you're hitting 311 and getting on base at a 357 clip, you're talking about a cornerstone player who can anchor your lineup for years. Let's talk about what this means for our championship window. John Schneider's got a vision for this team, and it starts with keeping the core together. Bo at short, Vlad at first, and the supporting cast we've been building around them. The chemistry these guys have developed isn't something you can just replace with a bigger paycheck somewhere else. It's the kind of brotherhood that wins World Series. The timeline here is crucial. Free agency is heating up, and while the Tigers are probably putting together their best offer right now, the Blue Jays front office knows they can't let their homegrown star walk. Mark Shapiro and Ross Atkins have been building toward this moment for years, a competitive window with sustainable talent that can compete with the Yankees and Red Sox year after year. Here's what I'm hearing from the rumor mill. The Jays are prepared to match Detroit's financial commitment, but more importantly, they're selling Bo on something money can't buy, the chance to be a Toronto legend. We're talking about a player who could have his number retired at Rogers Center, who could be remembered alongside Tony Fernandez and Joe Carter in Blue Jays lore. The playoff run we just completed showed everyone what this core is capable of when healthy and locked in. Bo was clutch in those October moments, driving in runs when it mattered most, making defensive plays that kept rallies alive. That's the player you build around, not the one you let walk because another team offered a few extra million. Now here's the scenario that has me most excited about our future. Picture this. Bo re-signs on a hometown discount, freeing up payroll space to address our rotation needs, or maybe add that impact bat we've been missing. Suddenly, we're not just keeping a great player, we're setting ourselves up for multiple championship runs with financial flexibility to improve around the edges. The domino effect of keeping Bo goes way beyond just shortstop production. It sends a message to Vladimir that this organization is serious about winning now. It shows potential free agents that Toronto is a destination where stars want to stay, not just a stepping stone to bigger markets. Most importantly, it keeps intact the leadership structure that carried us through October. But let's be real about the challenges. Detroit's offer is going to be substantial, and Bo's agent would be doing his job poorly if he didn't present every option on the table. The Tigers can pitch immediate contention, American League Central competition that might be easier than our AL East gauntlet, and a fresh start in a baseball-hungry city. That's exactly why Bo's comments about wanting to stay and play with Guerrero carry so much weight. When a player talks about chemistry and comfort level, when he mentions specific teammates by name, that's usually a signal that money isn't the only factor in play. It's the kind of foundation that championship teams are built on. Looking ahead to the next few weeks, expect the Blue Jays to move quickly on this. They can't afford to let Bo hit the open market and get swept up in a bidding war with multiple teams. The smart money says they'll present their offer soon, probably matching Detroit's financial terms while emphasizing all the intangible benefits of staying home. The beauty of this whole situation is that it showcases what we've been building toward as an organization. Developing homegrown talent, creating a winning culture, and then retaining the players who helped build that foundation. Bo Bichette represents everything we want this franchise to be: talented, loyal, and committed to bringing championship baseball back to Canada. So here's my bold prediction for how this plays out. Bo takes a few meetings, listens to Detroit's pitch, but ultimately can't walk away from what we've built here in Toronto. He re-signs with the Jays on a competitive deal that keeps him in blue and white through his prime years. And we continue building around the Guerrero-Bichette core that's already proven it can win when it matters most. The rest of the AL East better take notice. When you keep players like Bo, who have championship experience and are entering their prime years, you're not just maintaining the status quo, you're setting the foundation for sustained excellence. That's exactly what Blue Jays Nation has been waiting for since those magical 92 and 93 seasons. Blue Jays fans, this is our moment. Drop a comment below with your prediction: does Bo stay loyal to Toronto, or does the Tigers' money talk too loud to ignore? And don't forget to subscribe, because this offseason is just getting started, and we've got insider coverage of every move that could shape our championship future. Let's show the baseball world that Jays Nation is ready to support our stars who choose to stay home and chase history with us.